Hello, everyone. My name is Quentin Houston, and today I'm going to be talking about communication in the classroom. It's a very, very, very hot topic, especially amongst early childhood education teachers, dealing with young children and things of that nature. Communication, for the most part, has definitely been a problem within early childhood education for years. It has slowed many children down. The problem with it is a lot of teachers believe that the way that they convey messages should be interpreted by every single child the exact same way. But that's kind of a cliche way to think, because a lot of children don't learn the exact same way as other children. Some children you have to take more time with. Some children you have to be more patient with. Some children you have to break things down differently than you would for maybe the majority of the class, and that's because, like I said, not everyone learns the exact same way. You understand? So it's kind of a hindrance for children, because teachers feel as though, oh, okay, well, this student isn't learning sufficiently enough or efficiently enough as the other students in this class are. So maybe this student just needs to be held back, and it like I said, it really really hinders children. Just because the message that's being delivered to them, they just don't understand it in a way that a teacher feels like, well, you should just understand it because I'm telling you, so you should automatically understand. But that's not how young children operate. That's not how they learn. Some of them can actually learn that way, but a lot of them can't, and it's a very much so big problem. And communication, it definitely takes multiple forms, and is responsive to families. These are pictures of beautiful children and their teachers, in communication settings with them, doing their best to communicate. And as you can see, children love to participate, especially when things that they really know. If a child is learning something, they really do want to participate. It makes them feel good. It makes any person feel good to be able to participate about something that you actually know or want to learn. Communication has definitely advanced due to technology. It's easier for parents to communicate with teachers due to the computer age, email, things of that nature. It's very much so easier for parents to check their email and see what their child's teacher has to say about how their child may be acting in class for that day, or if that child has forgotten homework or anything relative to actual learning. It's easier for parents and teachers to communicate amongst each other without causing so many parent teacher conferences and calling parents up to the school all the time, which is it's actually a very much so problem for a lot of parents to leave work and go check on their children and see what's going on and things of that nature. It's very much so a problem, for parents to just leave their homes and go check on their children. But with the advancement of technology and things of that nature, it has very much so helped with the communication process. And it really does take a lot of pressure off of teachers to be able to just email a parent, because communicating and speaking to actual parents, it's sort of a problem in a sense that parents feel as though when their children go to school, that the child is the school's problem for the time being until school's out. So it's very hard for teachers to communicate and convey messages to parents, because they feel as though, well, he or she is your problem when they're at school. So you shouldn't have to call me to come do your job for you and things of that nature. So emailing and keeping parents informed is a great way of communication, and it's a great advancement in communication amongst early childhood education. Teachers are not going to accomplish teaching goals without effective communication. As I said before, young children are the most difficult to teach because they all learn in their own way. Most children are in their own world for the most part throughout the day and while learning in class and things of that nature. So teaching and communicating while teaching is very much so, very, very, very much so imperative for just teachers alone. Excuse me. I can remember as being a child myself, in early elementary, kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade, that a lot of my teachers had great communication skills. I learned great, because they made class fun. They made me want to learn. They made me laugh. They kept me involved. It was hard for me not to want to learn because of the way that, teachers did their messages, the way that they did their thing. So it made me want to learn. Another major issue amongst communication in early childhood education is bilingual students or foreign students and things of that nature. If English is a child's second language, it is going to be very difficult for a teacher to actually sit here and teach that student. Students are, as I said before, children all learn in their own way. But dealing with a child who can barely speak English or speaks English as a second language because at home they speak their native tongue, it is very much so difficult, and it is a very hard task. It's not impossible, but it is a very, 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 very hard task for teachers. Communication rules the nation and should never be taken for granted. It can make or break the relationship between teacher and student. A lot of people don't take this to heart, but communication is the fundamental bridge between teachers and students. It is the way that, a student can't learn without a teacher communicating to them effectively in a manner in which they understand. Because if you're not communicating with the student effectively, then they won't learn. Teachers need to or should continue to speak clearly and calmly to help prevent misunderstandings while in educational settings. Early childhood education teachers have to be open-minded because, as I stated before, you're dealing with small children. And small children say the darndest things. They come to school and they may display personal family information without even realizing that they're doing it. They're just speaking. And teachers have to be completely open-minded. They have to understand that these are children. These are not teenagers. These are not adults. These are small children. Small children are sponges at all times of the day. Whether they're at school or whether they're at home around their parents or with their siblings or things of that nature. Small children are complete sponges. And they soak up everything that they hear. And sometimes they take it to school and, their minds are running at 100 miles an hour. They're going to say certain things that you don't want to hear or just say personal information that they shouldn't share. All teachers should do is understand that, okay, look, you're a small child. I understand you're going to say certain things at certain points in times. And it happens. It happens. You just have to be completely open-minded. And remember that elementary is the foundation for all children. So communication is key because you never forget your elementary teachers. Reference page. Thank you, everyone, for your time. Hopefully I didn't take too much time. I hope that the message that I delivered is completely understood, and I hope everyone has a great day.